Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you something I feel might be responsible for why you are not getting sales on the eBay platform. So the way it works with eBay is this: if you have an item listed as a fixed price offer, the item stays for 30 days and after 30 days it should automatically get relisted on the platform. So but what I've noticed is that there are certain items that for one reason or the other, these items don't get relisted on the eBay platform. So what you have is a situation where you think you have an item listed, perhaps you are expecting to get a sale of this item, and you realize that 2 months, 3 months goes by, you don't get any activity on this item. So this is exactly what I want to be showing you. I have a case study here, which is an ATI Radeon graphic card. You see, I've had this graphic card for well over 3 months. It was listed on the platform. This is one graphic card I expect that should have sold pretty much quickly. So the thing is this graphic card was listed a long time ago, and after the first month it didn't sell. It wasn't a problem. This is typical with eBay sometimes. So it got relisted on the platform. I just felt like, okay, since it's been relisted, it's definitely going to sell at some point. But then after about 3 months, one day I got to the warehouse and said to myself, there's something that is not right. This is an ATI Radeon graphic card, and theoretically, given that the price is competitive, I imagine that this graphic card should definitely have sold. So what I did was that I got to the warehouse and decided to just take a look. Went to the shelf, I saw that the graphic card was still there, and then the first thing I did was to go onto my computer, logged onto my eBay account. I wanted to just check how many people were already watching it, how many visitors it had in a given month, and so on and so forth. So then, do you know, I tried to check for it, I couldn't find it. I checked, and I'm sure this item wasn't deleted. So what would have happened was that this item probably was relisted about 2 or 3 times and never got listed again. See, this is exactly one thing I felt like I should let you guys know. So some of you might have a lot of items lying around in your warehouse, in your shelves, and then you realize that it's been 2 months, 3 months, you are not getting sales. The thing you want to do is that you want to continually check your item. Don't just leave your items because you feel you have listed them and that's the end of the game. You see, you have to continue to check them. You have to check your inventories to be sure that they are actually being listed on the platform and they are actually getting views. The ideal thing to do normally is that after about 1 or 2 months, about 4 up to 5 weeks, the item is not selling, you need to go back to the listing, try to revise it. If you want to change the title, you want to do. But sometimes some of you have a lot of items listed, talking about hundreds, 200 to up to 1,000 items. So it's pretty much difficult to track which items are not selling or which items are really not listed. So but then if you decide not to do that, it might be the reason why some of your cash is tied now on inventory that ideally should have sold, but because for one reason or the other they've not been listed on the platform or they have not been relisted on the platform, the item just sits, it's not selling, nobody is seeing it, it's not even listed. So this is something you want to avoid. This is just a €24.90. So now imagine if I had like 10 of these kind of items not listed, nobody is seeing it, and every day I keep telling myself, oh, things are not selling, what's going on? But then not knowing that the item itself is not listed. So you want to make it a point of duty. I don't know the frequency with which you want to do this, but keep it at the back of your mind that at some point you have to check your inventory against what you actually have listed on the eBay platform. This is going to help you to track if there are items that are not listed but that you have. So you want to take time to check that the items you have on the shelves are actually listed on the eBay platform. So as soon as I noticed that the graphic card was no longer listed, I took it up, cleaned it up because it was really dusted on the shelf, haven't sat for like 3 or up to 4 months, made good pictures again and relisted it. And do you know, as soon as I listed it again on the platform, exactly 2 days after it was listed, it sold for €24.90. The initial amount with which it was listed. So this is the thing, try to make sure that check. Sometimes I wouldn't know, maybe a network problem, because I really don't think there is a particular clause on eBay that states that items will be listed twice and after which they no longer have to be relisted. I will still have to do my findings. Perhaps if you know something in this regard, kindly drop me a comment. This will really help me to put my information in perspective. But then what you have to do, make sure you find time out of your busy schedule to check these things, and it will really go a long way in helping you recover some of your money. Now we are heading into a busy time on eBay, Q4. This is one season you really want to be on top of your game. You want to check that your items are ready, you are prepared for the Q4. Your listings are updated, your listings are optimized. Check that the titles are right, that you have right keywords that will drive traffic to your shop. These are some of the small tweaks to prepare yourself for the Q4. So I'm going to go ahead now to pack this and still ship it out today to the buyer. So tomorrow, if I still can find the time, I'm going to be taking a look at my inventory against the items that are actually listed on eBay. Perhaps I can find 1 or 2 other items that had the same situations with this one. So Just got here bubble wraps like always. This is a graphic card, not so heavy. It should be fine if I give it a few tons of bubble wraps. So normally I just tend to cut out the excess because I don't want a situation where it's kind of difficult to fit into this. This is just 5 centimeters high and sometimes it gets a little bit tricky. So I think this should be fine. That goes in there, and that's the invoice goes in there. So here we go. If this video has helped you, do give it a like and do consider subscribing to the channel. Until I see you again, peace.